Hi Pisces Sun Moon Rising, I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the light bringers, and the soulpreneurs of this world to live their most magical life. And today we are going to be diving into your November 2019. What do you need to know? How can you best navigate this November? And what messages do the angels have for you for best navigating it? So we're going to dive right into the cards, right into your messages. And the first thing that we're going to take a look at is, what is the overarching theme that you can expect throughout this month? So let's take a peek at that and see what the angels have to say is your overarching theme for this month, Pisces. Looks like that card's popping out. Okay. All right. So here we have the Six of Water, right? And the water energy is so perfect for you Pisces. So this is suggesting to me that it's going to be a bit of an emotional month for you. You are going to need to be finding coping strategies to help you to deal with the emotions that are coming up for you. This is an opportunity for you to work through old stuff. There's old stuff that is coming up, and it will come up in the form of new stuff, right? It'll come up in the form of people triggering old stuff for you, old hurt, old childhood stuff, old pain, unresolved pain that you haven't really dealt with. And this is an opportunity to recognize what's really going on for you here. You know, what really has happened, what really needs to happen in order for you to release this old stuff. And some of this is about just allowing the emotions to come through, letting yourself feel the emotions, letting yourself process the emotions, letting yourself go through the process, but figuring out what's going to help you to cope through it, what's going to help you to do the work on this stuff. And whether that's like to meet with a counselor and talk about these things and process these things, whether it's to do some journaling and write about it and explore what's going on for you, what's showing up for you, and what is it reminding you of in the past. That's a really good question for you to explore right now. And also just figuring out what other coping strategies are helpful to you. Is it helpful for you to exercise a little bit extra to help clear out some of these emotions that are being stirred up in a really healthy way? Is it helpful for you to do something creative? Because that can be a very healthy coping strategy. Or whatever it is that you do to cope. But we don't want to ignore what's being stirred up for us. It's an opportunity for you to take a look at it, feel it out, release it, and move forward so that the past is not driving your car. You know, the past is not impacting you on a day-to-day basis as much as maybe it has in the past. This is about letting go and moving forward and letting yourself be in the present and not so focused on the past, letting go of like old stuck stuff that's ready to be released. So allow the process to happen. It's perfect with this Mercury retrograde energy because that is what we're doing anyway, is we are reflecting, we are exploring, we are looking within, we are being shown what we need to work on. And I truly believe that this is what this is about. Whatever is being stirred up for you, whatever uncomfortable things are being stirred up, this is why. So the next card that we're going to take a look at is, what barriers might you expect? Okay. Here we have the Eight of Fire, okay? So things that have been delayed, I feel like, are suddenly going to move forward based on this card, okay? And things are going to move forward, and they're going to move forward rapidly. And I almost feel like to the point that it's overwhelming. It's like all of a sudden, like, I've got too much work to do. I've got too many things that I'm trying to juggle, and I'm not sure that I can handle it all. And a lot of it feels like really good stuff, guys, like opportunities and positive things coming through, but I just feel like you might find yourself feeling a little bit overwhelmed. You want to make sure that you're finding that balance, even if you're taking on a lot, and figuring out, how can I continue to take time for myself, take time for my family, take time to do the things that I know help me to cope with the emotions that are coming up, or cope with the overwhelm that I'm feeling, so that I have that balance. So I have that built into what I'm doing, because I think you guys are going to get busier and busier throughout the rest of the year. So incorporating that into your schedule now is really important. And I think you can expect that amazing things are going to be moving forward, and there's no longer these delays. So that's really exciting. And if you can stay in your gratitude about that and find balance, I think that it's going to be a really positive experience for you overall. And it's like, finally, this is happening for me, and I'm so excited about it. So let yourself be grateful for what is showing up and what's happening for you. And even if it's showing up in different ways, because I do feel like it might show up in a different way than you anticipated, but see it for what it is. It is the manifestation of exactly what you've been asking for. Now let's take a look at what advice the angels have for you. Okay, so here we have the Page of Air. Okay, so the Page of Air, when it's showing up reversed for me, is oftentimes like someone has a message for you and they deliver it to you, and you disregard that message because you don't like the way that they delivered it, or you don't like this person, right? You don't like their energy, you don't like who they are, whatever it is, but you're put off by this person or their delivery. And what you're encouraged to do is to not let that make you miss the message that's trying to come through, okay? Because you could disregard it, you could ignore it, but there's a real message there for you. There's the meat of what message is being delivered, even if you don't like the way it's being delivered, is the truth and is important. And it might be something that is like a reflection of you. You know, maybe they say something like, oh, I don't like this about you, or you do this, and you might find yourself feeling really defensive about that at first. I do feel a strong defensive energy around this, but I want you to take a step back. The angels are encouraging you, take a step back. Really feel that out. Really listen to what's being said and not the way it's being said, and take that message for what it is. You know, if it connects for you, allow yourself to consider the possibility that it could be true. So if it's something, for example, that is, you know, a reflection about you, something that somebody's seeing within you, and you don't like what they have to say, it doesn't mean that it's not the truth, or it doesn't mean that it's not the way that other people are perceiving you, or that your situation is being perceived. And so there may be some little tweaks that you might make in order for you to be more successful. And that's really the whole point of this, is to help you to be more successful in your life and to help you to understand certain things that you need to understand for moving forward. So this is really important and really necessary. So don't ignore the messenger, don't shoot the messenger, don't let your irritation with the messenger put you off to the actual message. So let's take a look at what is going to go well for you in your November. What might we expect? All right. Okay. So here we have the High Priestess reverse, okay? So this is saying to me that you have been kind of disconnected from your intuitive voice. You have been ignoring your intuition. You have been pushing it away. You have been too overwhelmed or too busy to hear it. And you may find yourself a little bit this month being too busy, but I think that at a certain point you're going to find and be encouraged to reconnect with that intuitive voice. It's almost like it forces you, because you feel really disconnected. You feel really like you're not so connected to source and to source energy, and you're feeling like there's something that you need and you're not quite sure what it is. This is encouragement to reconnect with your spiritual part of yourself, to reconnect with your inner voice, with your intuition. So taking a little time to meditate, to go for walks, to do something creative, whatever it is that helps you to connect with that intuitive voice, to look within, to connect to the answers within. And I think that when you do that, it's going to be such a relief for you, and such a calm and such a peace. So add that into the mix of the things that you're doing to help you to cope with all the overwhelmment that you're going to be experiencing from all these awesome opportunities that are showing up for you. So let's take a look at what else you need to know for this month. Okay. Oh, so this is like so really supporting. So we have the Unity card, okay? And this is so supporting this concept of you being disconnected from your spiritual self and your spiritual life. And it's time to get back on track with that spiritual path. And, you know, Pisces, you guys are really intuitive, right? And it's time for you to reconnect with that. And I want you to take a step back and really take a look at, how have I been more disconnected from my spiritual path? How have I not been honoring my spiritual truths, my spiritual self? How have I not been taking time for spirituality in my life? And this is encouraging you to do that. This is encouraging you to surround yourself with other people who foster that spirituality within you, whether it's going to church, whether it's going to spiritual or metaphysical classes with your friends, or just having spiritual discussions, whatever that is. But allowing and inviting in that spirituality back into your life, because you've been disconnected from it for far too long. And it's time for you to feel that intuition. It's time for you to feel that connection to your soul again, because otherwise you're going to feel miserable and you're going to feel negative and depressed and anxious and all of that. And we have to remember that when we consciously and regularly make an attempt to connect with God, or whatever that is for you, that higher power, life is better. Life is more joyful. Life is more peaceful. We are on our best life path. So I encourage you guys to do that throughout this month and to continue with that practice. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. If you want to learn more about me or about Clarity by Christy, you can check me out at discoveryourawakening.com. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell, because that will give you notifications for all of my videos that I upload here on the channel. I'm uploading lots of videos these days, and I want you guys to get notifications on them so that you can watch them. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, and I would love to hear from you also in comments below. I always love to hear how it connects for you. So thanks so much, and I will see you guys soon with another video. Take care, guys.